Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 21 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Erica Goodrich Thompson. Erica, thank you so much for the support. We could not do this without you, so we really appreciate it, and we think you're awesome. So thank you again, and if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so when we left off yesterday, the house guests were waiting around for the nomination ceremony. I think it was pretty obvious what was going to happen. At least to everyone except for Nick and Sam. The two probable nominees. Yeah, we'll get there. So, I just wanted to start off today with a fun fact. Now, I hate calling people idiots, but if you didn't already know, Sis is an idiot. She didn't know what a noun, a verb, or an adjective is. She was like, oh, people were saying these words and like I don't know what they mean. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. So Christy and Kat were with her and they're trying to tell her, oh, you're not stupid. Stop. What? You're not stupid. Come on. Well, she's not smart. Okay, so anyway, then Sis was like, I'm just debating right now if I should shit or not. You can't make this up. Oh my god. I feel like my brain is dying. I've been doing these spoilers and recaps since I was like, I don't know, 15 or 16. I think this might be the one that breaks me. I don't know how we're gonna make it through the season, you guys. It's just killing me. So anyway, Holly and Jackson were chatting in the HOH room, and she's saying that she was playing a low-key game. You know, people were underestimating her, which she really liked, but she was starting to feel like she wasn't bringing anything of value to the game. She didn't want to be like just Jackson's showman. She didn't say that, but I've heard her say that to other people before. So she's like, I came here to play Big Brother. Are you sure? So she says, you know, even though she won this HOH competition now, she's still going to try to hide under the radar as much as possible. So Jackson is like, all right, well, let's talk about these nominations, because he thinks it would be a pretty bold move for her to put up Nick and Sam. Really? I don't think it's that bold. So he's floating around the idea of her putting up Nicole as a pawn against either Nick or Sam, so that she's not putting up both of the guys, because he thinks, you know, well, obviously one of the guys is guaranteed to stay anyway, only one person is going home, so why piss off both of them by putting both up on the block? So he's like, maybe if you only put up one, the one that stays won't target us next week, or the one who's not nominated could win the power of veto and then they'll both be safe. Scenarios, I don't know. So that was one of Jackson's ideas, but he was pissed because Christy, Sis, and Kat all shot down that idea so quickly, and he's like, this isn't their HOH. Well, I don't think it's yours either. Okay, so then Sam was up in the HOH room again to talk to Holly, kind of figure out why everybody wants him on the block, and convince Holly to put up somebody else. So earlier, Holly told him, I want to do whatever makes the house happy. So Sam is asking for updates now that she's talked to everyone. He's like, okay, like, what have you heard? She says, well, the general consensus is pretty much what I thought it would be, aka everyone wants you and Nick to go up, so I'm gonna do that. So Sam is like, whoa, are Nick and I really that threatening that everybody wants us out? And Holly says, oh, I guess it's like a guilt by association thing, and I don't want to go against everyone else and like make new targets when I can just use these already there targets. So Holly says, I can't make any promises here, obviously, but I don't think that you would be the one to go if it was you and Nick up on the block. So Sam's asking, okay, what will happen if I win the POV, or if Nick wins the POV? Would you consider like some sort of backdoor move? And I mean, obviously it wouldn't be like an actual backdoor, because I'm pretty sure like for it to be a backdoor, you have to already be targeting that person during the initial nominees, but you don't put them up. You know what I mean? Like, getting rid of someone who was the replacement nominee and it wasn't like premeditated from the beginning, I feel like that's just getting rid of the replacement nominee. You know, I don't consider that a backdoor so much. But anyway, whatever. So he's like, would you consider backdooring someone? Holly says, I don't know. It could be a possibility. We still have time to figure that out. We'll see what happens. So that's a big no. But Sam is like, well, I don't think it's fair that I'm being associated with Nick when I haven't done anything wrong. Dude, come on. You're always with him. You've plotted things out before. Come on, take some responsibility here. So Holly brings up him voting with Nick to keep Bella, and Sam is like, I don't see what the big deal is with that. And I agree, there's other shit that he's done that would make them want to target him. So Sam says, I was always loyal to the 9. But it doesn't matter because they don't give a crap about the 9. They only care about Sam, really, when he was winning POVs because they wanted him to do their dirty work. So let's be real here. They don't care about the 9. So then Sam... let's keep in mind, Sam is the son of a preacher man, I'm pretty sure. So he brings in some Bible stories to this conversation. He's like, all right, I'm going to compare this to a story from the Bible. Just hear me out. So he says this is like when people wanted Pontius Pilate to crucify Jesus, but like he didn't necessarily want to, but he also didn't want to go against the public, so he like wiped his hands clean, handed Jesus over to the people, and oh boy. So he's saying that Holly is like Pontius Pilate in this situation, so he's Jesus? He did say, like, I'm not saying that I'm like Jesus, but he's kind of saying he's like Jesus. I'm like, I don't really care about that because I'm not super religious, but like, I don't know, it was just kind of funny. So anyway, Sam is trying to get Jess on the block. He says, Jess doesn't have anything to offer you. Neither does Cliff, neither does Nicole. So he's trying to get anybody else on the block besides him. Like, even if Nick is still up there, he figures that's better than nothing because he could still win the power veto and save Nick. They just want to make sure that it's not both of them up there. So he's doing whatever he can to get somebody else on the block. So he's like, again, I don't understand why we're breaking up the 9. And Holly says, you can thank Nick for that. I think you can thank all of yourselves because that was a mess from the beginning. But Holly says, I don't want to break the other's trust by going against what they want. So then eventually Jackson joins them, and Sam says, Nick and I can help you sort through things with the rest of the 6 because, again, you guys are at the bottom of the totem pole for that 6, so you're gonna need people, Nick and myself, to help you take them out. So he says, obviously we have won competitions. Cliff, Nicole, and Jess cannot help you. I mean, Cliff is like pretty good at comps. But he says Cliff has a bum leg now and the girls are not going to win competitions. So he's like, just nominate 2 bottom feeders. Sam, just like embrace your bottom feederness. Stop throwing all the other bottom feeders under the bus. So then Jackson's like, okay, well, if you won HOH, who would you put up? You know, would you come after us? And I'm not really sure if he meant like himself and Holly or if he meant all of the 6 shooters, but Sam was like, I swear on my kids that I won't put you guys up. So again, I don't know if he's talking about just Holly and Jackson or all of the 6 shooters. So there were some interesting arguments here, but it doesn't seem like Holly and Jackson are willing to make a big move at this point and go after somebody else. So then we'll come back to Sam in a little bit. But Christy and Tommy, it's time for them to get their punishments from the Poison Ivy competition because they both pulled the Poison Ivy chips. So guess what? They gotta wear costumes. I'm gonna be real here. Not a ton of creativity put into these costumes. They were both wearing yellow bathing suits with like fake ivy leaves attached to them, and then they had red splotches painted all over their skin to make it look like they had a shit ton of poison ivy. So they also had a few alternate outfits. I believe they have, oh, I know they have like a green shorts and top one with the leaves on it, and then I don't know. I think there's like another one, but I don't think we've seen it yet. It might just be a replacement of one of those that they already have. But I believe this punishment lasts 1 week, and they're not allowed to take showers? What? I guess because the poison ivy is like painted on, and they don't want to have to keep painting it onto them. That's disgusting. Oh my god, no showers for a week. I also heard them say something about not going outside. I don't know if that's just because they don't want them sweating or what, but ew. Okay, so that sucks. I can't get over the no showers for a week. Ugh! Okay, so then a little later, Sis, Christy, and Kat were back up in the HOH room with Holly, and they're still pushing that it should be Nick and Sam up on the block together. It's too dangerous to just put up one, because then you might get neither of them out. So they're like, everything Nick and Sam are telling you is BS. Don't listen to them. Okay. So then Kat volunteers to go up as a pawn if the veto is used so that Holly won't have to get any more blood on her hands. Whoa! That's freaking bold. Like volunteering to be a pawn? Damn. I guess Kat realizes she's in a really good spot right now, and she will be safe if she goes up on the block. And it's also going to potentially set her up even better because, first of all, Holly's like, oh yeah, that's great because it'll hide our relationship and how close we are. So Holly is also going to trust Kat and be like, wow, she did this for me, that's great. So Kat is going to be good with Holly and Jackson, and then they're also going to play it off like Kat is super pissed at Holly, so she'll be able to go to the other side and be like, ugh, I can't stand them, I hate them, blah blah blah, she put me up on the block. So she'll be good with the other side still. So Kat is pretty smart, but also I just still am like, ugh, whenever anyone volunteers to go up as a pawn. That's bold. So yeah, Nick and Sam check in with each other in the target room, and Sam is telling Nick about his pitch that he made to Holly and Jackson, the whole Pontius Pilate thing, blah 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 blah. And he says, yeah, I swore on my kids that I wouldn't go after them, but he tells Nick, I would totally go back on that and put them up anyway. That kind of stuff does not matter to me. Well, I'm glad he's willing to make a move here. That's what we need to see. So they both really felt good about their talks with Holly, and they're hoping it'll be one or none of them on the block. Keep dreaming, guys. Keep dreaming. So then after that conversation was over, Nick is alone. He's talking to the cameras. He gives us a little insight into his sad game. I'm sorry. It's really bad. So he's like, okay, I can't give up. Targets are always changing. I'm not going to overpitch it. I'm just going to chill for now, which is fine. Sure, whatever. And he says, I would hate it, but if I stay, I would have to do whatever the majority wants, that big group. Oh my god. So he says, there's no other side right now. It's only like 6 floaters and then the big group. And the floaters are still voting with Grateful because they're scared. Gee, didn't you have a chance to go against that big group and you have shot it down multiple times now? Yeah. So Nick's like, I don't know why I'm being targeted. I never disloyaled Grateful. That's a great word. Yeah, he really does not see what he's done here. So he's like, how can they blame me for trying to keep Bella? That's not the issue here. That's just the cover-up for the real issue. They do not trust you because you were throwing their names out there. Come on. So Nick says that he would never go after Jackson and Holly. And if he continues to stay in this house, he says, I'm going to have to take out whoever they want, even though I don't want to. And he says, if I took a shot at them, I'd be gone next week. So he says, I have to work with them again if they let me. This is like so profoundly lame. Even at this point, Nick is not willing to go against this majority group. Are you kidding me? And he has the nerve to criticize these other floaters for not going up against the big group. The season sucks. Okay. So, time for the nomination ceremony. Sam and Nick are on the block. Oh my god, what a surprise! I never would have thought that that would happen. So then Nick was talking to Kat after the nomination ceremony, and Nick is like, it is what it is. I shot my shot. It got blocked. He has a tendency to like he's kind of owning up to his mistakes, but then he's also putting out like a million excuses. He says Christy's power screwed him over last week, and like, yeah, she didn't use it, but just the threat of it. And he said, I created the best alliance in the game, and I got myself out of it too early. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a sis for a minute. Can you define best? I guess he means successful, but like they really freaking blow. Oh my god. Alright, so then Nick is like, even if I was still saying stuff about people, you know, even if I was saying stuff about people, I still had their backs. I won HOH. I could have put them up. I didn't. Are they mind readers? Are they supposed to know that you weren't actually coming after them? Also, that's BS, because I remember him explaining to Tommy why he would want Holly up on the block for real, and how he was like planting seeds for other people to do that. So it's total BS, but I don't know if he's lying to himself or what's going on here. But Nick tells Kat, you know, when it comes to the vote this week, just do what's best for your game. He says, I know that you're in with them. I know that you knew about the flipped vote my HOH week. Remember to keep Nicole when Kat was in the DR and she was all like, oh, but don't think I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So Kat denies it. So Nick is like, well, people are saying that you knew about the vote flip, but I'm not gonna say who told me that. So he's like, yeah, they wanted you to pretend that you didn't know. And this is all true. But Kat is denying it. She's continuing to deny it. And Nick's like, it doesn't matter. I believe you. Okay. Yeah, so now Kat is gonna be pissed that this information is going around about her. Who said it? So Sam and Nick were chatting, and I can't with these two. They are, oh my god, they are in denial. They are in denial. So they both believe Tommy when he says, even if one of them goes this week, the plan is not to get rid of the other one next week. Stop. Sam is like, honestly, Nick, I would rather see you win the power veto than myself. He says, if I have the chance to throw it to you, I think I might do that. Because he thinks that he has a much better chance of surviving the block than Nick does if they get somebody else up there after the veto. So Sam is assuming that if one of them come down, Jess will go up as the replacement, which I don't think is happening. And he is pretty confident that the house will vote out Jess instead of him. Oh my god. Can you imagine if Sam throws the POV to Nick and goes home? Oh my god. Okay, so Sam is really irritated that Jess is acting all confident, and that she worked her way into that group, and he's like, that's just because her game sucks and they're using her for a vote. It just sounds to me like he's pissed because his game also sucks and he got kicked out of the big group. He's still trying to get back in with the big group. Ah! So they're trying to figure out who they would pick if they got house guest choice for the POV competition. Nick suggests Jess because he feels like they can beat her, and Sam is like, yeah, but he's also considering picking Cliff because he feels like he can beat Cliff too. And even if Cliff did win, Sam's like, I used the veto on Cliff week 1, so maybe he would, you know, return the favor. I don't know. So then at 10 p.m. Holly reads an announcement from Big Brother. She says, this week there will be 3 have-nots, but I'm not choosing them. The first 3 to fall during the HOH competition will be the 3 have-nots. So that would be Jess, Nicole, and Sam. Now this is interesting because the 4th person to fall from the HOH competition was Christy. So everybody's like, oh, did you dodge a bullet or what? So she just missed the cutoff. And it's almost like, is Big Brother trying to avoid her being a have-not 2 weeks in a row? Like, what's going on here? But honestly, I'm pretty sure that this is usually around the time in the season when have-nots go down from 4 to 3. But it seems like it's a lot sooner because last week was only the first week of have-nots. So we didn't have those first few weeks where there were 4 have-nots. But it definitely did look sus. Okay, so then Jackson should just keep his mouth shut, because I cannot believe the audacity of Jackson Mickey. Sam was asking, oh, do have-nots start now, or like we get in another meal? Like, does it start tomorrow? What's the deal? And Holly's like, I don't know. I can go ask for you guys in the DR. So Jackson opens his mouth and says, oh, the last thing you want to do is assume incorrectly. Take a bite of food and then you get a penalty nom. Are you effing kidding me? After you ate like full ass meals in the shower last week, cheating on the slop diet? Are you joking right now? And you weren't like punished for it at all. Are you joking? So Jackson's telling them, oh, you're all good. Being uncomfortable is a lot of fun. And he also says to Sam, being a have-not and being on the block is not as bad as it seems. He said he was in Sam's position last week and he can truly feel his pain. He says, I was literally in your shoes. Why don't you just like shut the F up? Are you saying that Sam can eat in the shower too and he'll just get away with it? Okay. It's ridiculous. Okay, so then some quick tidbits from last night. I believe it was Nick. I can't remember if it was Nick or Sam, but I want to say it was Nick who asked Cliff, if I pick you, if I get house guest choice and you win the veto, would you use it on me? And Cliff was like, oh, personally, like I would love to, but I think I need to go and check and make sure that's okay. So Cliff went to Holly to ask permission if he could use the POV if someone picks him to play and he wins. He brought his like freaking permission slip home to see if he could go on the field trip. So he mentions like, oh, if you're not okay with it, I could like just throw it, it's fine. So Holly was like, do what's best for your game. Okay, so sad. Come on, Cliff, come on. So Kat is pissed that Nick knows that she knew about the vote flip when Nicole was saved. So she is thinking, okay, she knows that Tommy told Nicole that Kat knew. So she figures Nicole must have been the one that told Nick. Honestly, I don't know. But Kat was talking a lot of crap about Nicole last night. So Holly's pretty pissed that Nicole is telling Nick info when they saved her ass. Y'all are insufferable. You technically were not doing it to save her. You just wanted Cliff out more. So it's just blows my mind that they're trying to hold this over her. And Holly was also saying that she was really considering putting up Nicole instead of Sam. And she could potentially be a replacement nominee if the veto is used. And Kat also told Holly that Nicole told Jess, this is confusing. Nicole told Jess that Jackson and Holly told her directly that they were considering flipping the vote last week. And again, honestly, I don't know if they did tell her that directly. I wouldn't be surprised if Jackson was talking to Nicole and was like, oh, I don't know what we're gonna do yet. Like, we're thinking about it. Bella made some really good arguments. That definitely sounds like something that he would say, so I wouldn't doubt it. But of course, they're putting it all on Nicole. So Kat is like pretty much the new Bella. She's now Kat the Rat. Because get this, Kat also ratted out Cliff's Angels to Holly. And just a reminder, Cliff's Angels is the name for the alliance between Kat, Jess, I forgot her name, Kat, Jess, Nicole, and Cliff. Oh my god. And Holly said she wasn't going to tell anyone. Pretty sure she already told Jackson. Oh, what a mess. Okay. Yeah. So in other news, quick tidbit. Christy, Jack, and Sis all decided that they want Nick out this week. And of course, Christy is driving this because she knows that Nick is telling the truth about what she said about Jackson. How she doesn't like him. She doesn't like the way he talks to women. She was telling everybody she wanted him out, but she is full on denying it. So she wants Nick out because he is spreading around the truth. Okay, so today, having the power veto competition at some point, I don't think they didn't even pick players yet by the time I started filming this video, so I don't know about that. Maybe it's gonna be a late competition, who knows. But if you guys check back later, tonight I will post the winner of the competition in the info box. Let me know who you're rooting for to win this veto. Honestly, I have no idea. I wanna see somebody win who's gonna shake things up. But I feel like this week it's pretty much a lost cause. I really don't see any of like the 6 shooters going or anything, so that's kind of a bummer, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until tomorrow, much love.